Charlize Theron made headlines after she publicly called out the $50 million wedding of Jeff Bezos and Sánchez during her annual charity event. On June 28, 2025, Theron hosted the 5th edition of her block party in Los Angeles, an event organized to raise funds for the Charlize Theron Africa Outreach Project. The event, which is known for its celebrity attendance and focus on global issues, took an unexpected turn when Theron delivered a fiery speech that directly referenced the high-profile Bezos-Sánchez wedding. While speaking on stage in front of guests and donors, Charlize Theron said, "I think we might be the only people who did not get an invite to the Bezos wedding, but that's okay because they suck and we're cool." Her statement immediately drew attention across media outlets and social media platforms, with many interpreting it as a pointed critique not just of Bezos and Sánchez, but also of the many celebrities who attended the extravagant celebration. The Bezos-Sánchez wedding took place in Venice, Italy, and was reported to have cost around $50 million. The guest list included major Hollywood names, industry moguls, and tech billionaires. The event spanned several days and included private boat tours, luxury parties, and a ceremony at a historic Venetian palace. Media coverage focused heavily on the glamour and scale of the event, with photos of celebrities arriving by gondola and dressed in designer outfits dominating headlines for days. Theron's speech, however, presented a stark contrast to the lavish event. After her initial statement about the wedding, she shifted the focus of her speech to urgent global issues. She spoke about the regression of women's rights, attacks on LGBTQ+ communities, the rise in gender-based violence, and the ongoing struggles with HIV/AIDS programs in South Africa. She criticized cuts to foreign aid and warned that these decisions have real life-threatening consequences. Theron stated, "Foreign aid has been cut so drastically that people will lose their lives." She described the current global climate as one where essential causes are underfunded and overlooked, while excessive wealth and fame are celebrated. Her remarks were seen as a direct challenge to the priorities of the entertainment and tech elite. The audience at the block party reportedly responded with applause and cheers. Many attendees praised Theron for using her platform to speak out during a time when celebrity culture is often associated with silence or performative activism. The clip of her speech quickly circulated on social media, with users quoting the line, "They suck and we're cool," and sharing it alongside images of the Venice wedding. Multiple news outlets picked up the story. Page 6 published an article highlighting the quote and called it a savage jab at Bezos-Sánchez and the guest list. Spanish outlet El País reported that Theron's comment had shaken up the Hollywood community. India Times ran a feature focusing on her broader message about humanitarian crises and global policy neglect. Charlize Theron has long been known for her activism, particularly in support of African youth, gender equality, and HIV/AIDS awareness. Her foundation, the Charlize Theron Africa Outreach Project, has supported grassroots efforts to improve health and education access for teenagers in southern Africa. The annual Block Party is one of the organization's most important fundraising events, bringing together entertainment industry figures and global health advocates. Theron's decision to use her speech to criticize the Bezos-Sánchez wedding was not viewed as a random outburst. According to those close to the event, she had been preparing a speech focused on global health and rights, but added the controversial lines spontaneously as a reaction to what she saw as misplaced priorities. The contrast between the $50 million wedding and the pressing issues discussed at her charity event was a central theme of her remarks. Reports indicate that none of the celebrities who attended the Bezos wedding have publicly responded to Theron's comments. The silence has led to further speculation and debate online, with some users questioning whether her message would spark real conversations within Hollywood. Others suggested that Theron's speech might cause discomfort among her peers, especially those who were present at both the Venice wedding and her block party. The reaction from the general public was largely supportive. Many praised Theron for speaking out in a direct and unapologetic way. Social media users highlighted the timing of the speech, coming just days after photos from the wedding dominated news cycles. Comments across platforms pointed out the contrast between the display of extreme wealth and the urgent needs Theron addressed in her speech. Some media personalities and activists also backed Theron's message. They emphasized the need for more celebrities to use their influence to bring attention to critical issues rather than engaging in what they called performative or superficial activism. Others drew comparisons to previous moments when Theron had spoken out on global topics, noting that her consistency added weight to her message. Charlize Theron has previously criticized global leaders and policies that harm vulnerable populations. In earlier interviews and speeches, she has spoken out against xenophobia, racism, and gender-based violence. Her 2025 speech appears to build on that history, combining her critique of celebrity culture with a renewed urgency about the consequences of global inequality. According to insiders at the event, the rest of the evening continued without controversy. Guests reportedly discussed Theron's remarks throughout the night, with some acknowledging the boldness of her statement and others remaining quiet. The event succeeded in raising significant funds for the Charlize Theron Africa Outreach Project, though exact figures have not yet been released. Coverage of the story continued in the days following the speech. Several columnists wrote opinion pieces about the meaning behind Theron's remarks. Some viewed it as a necessary wake-up call, while others questioned whether such comments would lead to any real change. Despite differing interpretations, most agreed that the speech had struck a nerve. Charlize Theron's public image remains largely positive, and the speech is unlikely to damage her standing among fans. In fact, many see it as a reaffirmation of her values and a reflection of her willingness to challenge even the most powerful names in the industry. Her reputation as someone who does not shy away from difficult topics appears to have been strengthened by the moment. Meanwhile, neither Jeff Bezos nor Lauren Sanchez has made any public statement in response. Media representatives for both have declined to comment on Theron's remarks. It is unclear whether they were aware of the speech when it happened or learned about it through media coverage. Some industry observers have speculated that the silence from Bezos and Sanchez may be a deliberate strategy to avoid drawing more attention to the story. Others believe that a response is unlikely given the high-profile nature of both parties and the potential for any reaction to escalate the situation further. The story remains one of the most discussed celebrity moments of the week. It has sparked conversations not only about Theron's message, but also about the broader state of celebrity influence and responsibility. Many have questioned whether this moment could lead to a shift in how Hollywood engages with global issues, or if it will be quickly forgotten, like many controversies before it. As of now, Charlize Theron has not made any further comments about the speech. However, sources close to her team have confirmed that the message was intentional and that she stands by every word. The Charlize Theron Africa Outreach Project has continued to receive donations and media attention following the event. With her statement, Charlize Theron has added a new layer to her public identity, not just as an actress or philanthropist, but as someone willing to openly call out power and privilege in real time. The full impact of her words remains to be seen, but for now, the moment has clearly left its mark. In the days after the speech, clips from Charlize Theron's statement continued to trend on platforms like X, Instagram, and TikTok. Many creators reposted the moment with captions calling it the realest thing a celeb has said in years. Others used the quote to highlight growing frustration with celebrity excess during a time when global crises are accelerating. Commentary around the event also pointed to a shift in public expectations. Increasingly, audiences want celebrities to go beyond image and take actual stances. Theron's blunt approach stood out in a space often dominated by carefully curated statements and PR-managed messaging. While some insiders reportedly felt the speech may have caused discomfort among Theron's peers, especially those who had attended the Venice wedding, there has been no public fallout so far. No celebrity mentioned in connection with the Bezos event has addressed Theron's remarks or issued any public defense. The wedding itself continues to receive attention due to its scale. Reports confirmed that it featured a private opera performance, custom-built stages, luxury gifts for guests, and full control of sections of Venice during the multi-day celebration. The sheer opulence became a central talking point even before Theron's speech, but her comment brought a sharper focus to the divide between such extravagance and the global issues she raised. Theron's foundation, meanwhile, gained more visibility following the speech. Donations reportedly increased in the following 48 hours, according to unofficial sources connected to the event team. Media mentions of the Africa Outreach Project spiked, drawing attention to the work being done to combat HIV/AIDS and support youth in Southern Africa. Charlize Theron has not released any follow-up statements. However, her silence seems intentional. The quote was brief but direct, and the rest of her speech reinforced her priorities without backing down. For now, the comment stands alone, raw, unfiltered, and unmistakably clear. There is no indication whether this moment will create long-term tension within Hollywood circles, but it has already reshaped the narrative around the Bezos wedding, shifting the focus from fashion and wealth to questions about priorities, power, and public accountability. What Theron said in just a few words managed to overshadow an event that cost $50 million and was designed to dominate headlines. That in itself speaks volumes. Let us know what you think about Charlize Theron's remarks. Was it justified? Did it go too far? Or was it exactly what needed to be said? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more bold celebrity news.